So I was saying, though, you have the option to do whatever. Everything that I am leading us through today is merely a suggestion. So consider me your guide. Basically, I really need everybody to kind of connect with their own bodies and their own selves and work within your needs today. Okay, so we're really listening to our bodies, listening to our needs. And I said this last time, the beautiful thing about doing this practice online is that nobody has to see you. So there's really that element of competition is removed. So it helps us just to really come into ourselves a lot more, I guess, honestly or authentically, and listen to what it is that we need for our practice. So if everybody would like to turn on their music. Oh, there, I was like, where's my music go? Here it is. I brought it in today so that I'm not lost in the music, or rather without it. I guess that's a bit of a crutch that I have. So we'll start it together. If you have music with me or whatever music you happen to be using, I'm gonna go to the first one. So I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1, and then we can press start together. Okay. So 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to this beautiful Saturday morning practice. I won't make this too loud so you can't actually hear it. Let's just find ourselves a comfortable seat. Beautiful. So everybody's nice and set up. We can go ahead and move some of that flesh maybe under our sit bones just to the side so that we're really nice and tall and really connected to our mats. And you may even be able to visualize roots growing down out beneath the sit bones, all the way down through the foundation, all the way into the earth. And just take a nice big breath here. Couple nice cleansing breaths, and just maybe let out a sigh or let out a yawn if you're already yawning. Just noticing wherever you are today, however you are showing up today, noticing that, not trying to change anything and not trying to judge it. We're just simply noticing and practicing having that quiet mind to connect to our body and to ourself. That self with that capital S. Nice big cleansing breaths. I wanted to just bring up, since it is Halloween today, as you're breathing, the idea of rituals. So rituals, of course, we can sort of connect to Halloween in a spooky sense. But really, let's think about what the underlying benefit or need behind a ritual is. When we are externally experiencing a lot of unrest or a lot of environmental changes that we can't predict, that our brain isn't able to predict, that can cause a lot of internal anxiety, potentially. And so we want to think about the idea of a ritual as something that our brain can anchor onto to help us to feel safe, even in spite of external environment or external unrest. So maybe you already have some sort of a ritual in your life, in your daily life. Or perhaps this is a good time as we move into the colder months to begin considering kind of ritual that you could bring into your daily life. And it could be something as simple as lighting a candle every day. Could be something as simple as putting oils into a diffuser, is one that I like. Could be your yoga practice or a meditation. Or it could be something entirely different. Let's just think for a moment about the rituals in our lives as something that we can hang on to and maybe connect with a mantra, a daily mantra, when we're feeling that agitation of I'm safe, all is well. Let's bring our right hand to our heart, our left hand to our belly. And we'll just do a few rounds of our 3-part breath. So on an inhalation, let's feel our belly rising, moving up to the low ribs, finally up to the higher chest. And exhale everything out, long and complete. Inhaling belly, ribs, chest. Exhale it out long. Feel that spinning energy, that circular wheel of energy as we inhale to the belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, everything drops down. Bringing hands back to our knees now. Let's move to all fours. Moving into a position, checking in with our alignment gently here. Wrists and shoulders stacked, knees and hips are stacked. And we'll just move through a few cat-cows, just warming up the spine. So pressing into the floor, dropping the chin to the chest, rounding out through the spine. And on an inhalation, let's lift the chin, lift the tail, drop the heart towards the earth. Exhale, press it all away. Good. Keep moving like this with your own breath. Inhaling, tail lifts, chin lifts, feeling that curve and that spine all the way into our neck, lower skull, and then pressing it all away, rounding out, puffing out through the back. Good. Couple more. Really exaggerate the movement. So wherever you are, seated or on all fours, you can really stretch all the way through the front body. Exhaling, feeling the back body. Good. One more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're finished that next round, we're going to come to all fours to move into our spinal balance. So just keeping in mind that if you're protecting knees here, you can always use one of your towels beneath the knees. You can roll the mats up to the side for a little more cushion. You can always have fists for wrists as well if you're protecting wrists. So let's kick the right foot out long behind us. Left arm comes up and we'll reach through the fingertips all the way up through the heel. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, switching sides, right hand, left foot. Nice long line. Exhale down. Inhale, everything lifts. Beautiful long line of prana going out through the fingertips, out through the heel, our life force. Good. Inhaling, switch sides. And exhale, bring everything back. And let's push ourselves back into our child's pose. Good. So bottom comes to our heels. Maybe we keep knees together. Maybe we open the knees out wide for a wide leg child's pose. Good. And then inhale, let's come up to all fours again. And we're just going to do some figure 8 movements for the spine. So just kind of moving with whatever needs you have here. Just really closing your eyes and tapping into maybe any aches or pains that you might be feeling, or just going with the needs of your body right now as it is. Good. Breathing into the space. And then let's inhale, coming back up to our plank pose. And from here, we're going to practice zipping up. So we're going to actually tap into a kind of a diamond-shaped belly. So maybe bringing the knees in just slightly so we have a bit of balance. Let's bring the right hand, and we're going to tap bottom of the sternum on our belly. Lower that right hand down. Lifting the left hand, let's tap here at the top of the groin muscle, so the low pelvis. Good. Lowering that down. Right hand taps to the left side of our obliques. Yep. And then lower that hand down. Or did I say left hand? Right hand. Left hand taps to the right side of our obliques, crossing over. Good. That's our diamond belly that we're going to zip up today. So in our plank pose, let's practice zipping up through that space. Good. Press back, child's pose. Inhale, come forward to that plank, zipping up. Good. So really engaging the core. Exhale, press back. Next time we come up to plank, we're going to lower down just halfway, like a yogi push-up. So it's just a little halfway lower, pressing back, child's pose. Good. Inhale, come forward. Use the breath. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, push back. One more time. Halfway. I said inhale, push back, but it's actually an exhale. So you'll go with the natural rhythm of your breath. Come forward and lower all the way down to the mat. Coming through for baby cobra. So we're lifting the chin and the chest. The hands are there just to support, just as for balance. Reaching out through the top of our crowns, through the back, through our toes. Good. And then with strength in our arms, we're going to exhale, press back, child's pose. Nice. One more time, we'll go through that. Inhale, come forward. Zip up. Exhale, lower down all the way. Baby cobra. Just a little lift coming from the low back. Exhale, press all the way back. Nice. Tuck the toes. And we're going to lift up for our downward dog. So the hips go lift up and back. Chest comes between the arms. Let's bend the knees deeply. Walk in the dog. Just warming up and waking up those hamstrings, calves, everything might be really tight. And if you have any pain or in the hamstrings or the low back, just bend the knees really deeply here, pressing through all 10 fingertips. Good. And then let's walk the hands all the way back to our feet. Hang out here in our forward fold for just a moment. Good. Maybe grabbing onto elbows. Maybe you have a really deep bend in the knees and your chest is coming to rest on the thighs. So just listening to your body. Maybe hold onto the elbows. No, shake the head no. Nod for yes. Good. And then pressing into the feet, bending the knees. Let's reverse swan dive all the way up. Let's keep our hands up and lifted for the moment. We're going to reach up through the fingertips, dropping through the shoulders, really feeling the weight sinking back into our heels. Good. And then bring the fingertips to point back towards the wall. So we're in this reverse handstand shape. We're not doing a handstand today. That's not our day one sort of practice, but we can kind of hold this pose and just start working some muscle memory into this position of a handstand, the reverse direction. Good. So really activate through the arms. Good. Now we're going to externally rotate the shoulders and the arms. So we're bringing the palms now to face the back wall behind us. Let's bring the right hand to touch the right shoulder blade, left hand to touch the left shoulder blade. Lifting through the elbows, squeezing the head with the arms, nice and grounded through the feet, through the heels. Good. If you feel like the ribs are jutting out, we're just going to work on drawing them back down towards the hips. Good. And so something I had mentioned earlier this week as well is that this looks to be a rather simple pose, but there's a lot happening in this pose. So perhaps it's one of the ways that we can sort of change our perception as to what is easy and what is hard. As we move through this practice with a sense of curiosity, let's just stay here for one more big breath. And then exhale, releasing hands. Nice big shoulder roll here. Beautiful. Pausing with our palms facing out in mountain pose. And we'll just check our alignment here just once again so we can remember it. So we want to bring that pelvis slightly forward, tucked under just slightly. We really want to be able to stack or have that sense of the crown, shoulders, hips, and heels stacked. Reaching up and out through the crown, but down through the heels. Good. Let's inhale as we move through a chair flow. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Fingertips sweep the floor. Inhale all the way back up, using that diamond belly. Exhale, sit back in our chair. Good. That's our sequence. So inhale up. We'll move with the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Reverse swan dive, active through the belly. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back chair. Good. Inhale up. Forward fold. Yes. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. I think Spencer has joined us. Hi, Spencer. Forward fold. I'm so happy. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back chair. Let's pause here in our chair. So once again, zip through that belly, all the way from the inner thighs, all the way up to that sternum. Good. Hands can be at the heart if we want to just protect shoulders or warm them up still. If you want to take it a step further, you can bring this into intense pose by bringing our arms up, dropping shoulder blades down and back, lift through the chest, maybe come up onto the toes and lift the heels. This is all dependent on what you are looking for today in your practice. So again, I'm trusting everybody to listen to their bodies, taking whatever option. I'm just showing this is the other option. Breathe here. Breath coming from the throat. Exhale. One more breath. Good. And exhale, release. Hands come back down to the floor. Let's just pause here again. Walk the dog. Good. Just walking it out a little bit. Hang on to the elbows, or maybe you're ready and warm enough with knees bent or not as bent to hold on to the big toes. So we can take the first and second fingers, wrap them around the big toe. The thumb presses into the toenail. Maybe the elbows come out to the side and we draw the head and chest towards the legs a little further. Or maybe you're up here. Maybe that's too intense for now. Maybe your hands are up to your shins and you're a little bit higher up. Just taking what you need. Good. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Hands to our hearts. Beautiful. And we will begin our sun salutations, but I'm just looking at our music. Can everyone change to the next song? If they're at that Bhakti Gita song, I'm going to do it all together. 1, 2, 3, because this song's a little bit more upbeat. So let's go for our upbeat song now. All right. So everybody standing at the top of their mats as we move through the ritual of our sun salutations. Good. Just take a nice big breath, roll the shoulders, pausing here, setting yourself up, centering. Good. And here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. So come with me and choose the option here. I'll give you a couple of options. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, lower down. Let's step the right foot all the way to the back. And just to begin, we'll lower that knee down. Okay, we'll rock back and forth, just warming up the muscles here. Good. And then step that left foot back, coming up into downward dog. Good. Inhale, come forward to plank. So we did this at the beginning. Drop the knees down, or if you're ready, you can keep the knees lifted. Lower all the way down Coming up for baby cobra, or maybe you're warm enough and you want to come up for full up dog and the thighs are off the mat, up on the tops of the feet. Flip the feet, pressing back, downward dog. Nice. Work with the breath. Bend the knees deeply and bounce or help that foot up to the right hand. Good. In our low lunge, left knee steps down, just rocking back and forth. Good. Flip those toes and step feet together. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Use that diamond belly to come up. And exhale, sit back in chair. Nice. Good. We'll go again. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Good. Inhale, flat back. Nice L shape here, or upside down. Exhale, lower. Left foot steps back. Knee can be up or down. Wherever you are, just opening up through the groin, through the inner thighs. Good. Step that right foot back, downward dog. Coming forward to plank. Good. Knees up or down. We lower down with control, straight as a board. Inhale, coming through for baby cobra or up dog. Good. Exhale, press back, down dog. Good. Bend the knees. We're going to step that left foot up to where the left thumb is. Good. Keep that knee up or down, opening up. Inhale, step right foot through. Feet together. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, sit back chair. We're going to take that through one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Either the heat is on in my house or I'm warm. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower down. Good. Right foot steps back. We're going to add on. So either you can stay in this low lunge position or your hands can come up for crescent lunge. So arms come up. Maybe a little baby back bend here. Lifting out of the hips. Exhale, lower down. Step that left foot back. Good. Inhale, come forward. Plank pose. Try something new this time and lower down. Coming through. Baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, pressing back. Down dog or maybe child's pose. Bend the knees. Look between the hands. Right foot steps forward. Maybe the arms come up for crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step feet together. All the way up. Exhale, sitting back chair. Pause here. Let's hold that chair again. So check in with the feet. We want to make sure that the knees are sort of tracking along that second toe. We're putting the weight into the glutes. We don't want the knees to pass over the front or over the toes. So really sit back in the heels, in the glutes, lift the chest, lift the toes or wiggle the toes just to check in there. And then maybe we rock forward onto the toes, lifting the heels. Maybe we lift the arms. Good. Maybe we take a flying chair and bring the arms back behind us. So take whatever option you need. I've shown you a couple. Good. One more breath. Exhale. Lower down, forward fold. Walk the dog. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. Let's inhale all the way up. Bended knees. Exhale. Hands to our heart. Inhale up. Exhale, reverse swan dive. All the way down, forward fold. Let's just step the right foot back. Now, the heel drops to the mat. The toes are out on a 45-degree angle as we set up warrior one. Inhaling. The arms come all the way up beside our ears. Exhale, we sink into that front knee a little bit. Good. So drop through the shoulders. And then mentally or physically, put your right hand on that right hip and then wrap it around to face the front. So we want to have a little bit of space. And forgive me, I'm not doing a mirror image here. It's just too much for me. So we're left foot forward, right foot back. Tiny bit of space between the feet and the heels. Let's find our centering breath here. Where we take a nice long inhale. Nice long exhale, same amount of time. And then just take 2 natural breaths here. Good. One more time. We'll take a nice long inhalation, counting slow. Nice long exhale. And then just 2 natural breaths. Beautiful. Good. From here, inhale up. Exhale, turn to the side. So the front leg stays the same. The right toes turn to face the side wall. Arms come out like they're shooting out from our torso here. Good. Warrior 2. On an inhale, let's bring that right hand, that back hand around to meet the front. Exhale, pull back, opening up. Good. Inhale, bring that right hand around to meet the left. Exhale, draw back. Maybe the gaze follows that hand, that moving hand. You might notice that the legs naturally want to bend and straighten as we draw back. Good. Following the thumb on the right hand if you're following that hand. One more time. Good. Inhale, bring the hands to meet. Exhale, draw the right hand back and lift through the left hand. Right hand can come back and down on the rest on the right leg. Lifting through the left fingertips. Breathing into the left ribs. Using an expanding breath, like that 3-part breath we used at the beginning of class. Expand and breathe into the side ribs. Reverse warrior. Good. Exhale, let's windmill the hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back, downward dog. And let's just rest here or in child's pose, just for a moment. Good. Wherever you are, let's meet back in downward dog. Good. And bending deeply through the knees, look between the hands. We're going to bounce that right foot all the way up to the top. Now the left heel drops to the mat. Toes come out on a 45-degree angle. And we inhale, coming straight up with the arms. Warrior 1. Good. Mentally or physically try to revolve that left hip around to the front. A little bit of space between the feet. Drop through the shoulders. Let the lower jaw fall away from the upper teeth. Centering breath here. One nice long inhalation. Long exhalation. And then just 2 natural breaths. Good. And at the end of this breath, let's inhale. Exhale, turning the back toes to the side wall. I always have to lengthen my stance here, so if you feel like you need to as well, for Warrior 2, go right ahead. Let's check in with that front knee, and just, it wants to do this, so we're gonna draw it open so that it's coming back out towards the baby toe. And we're strong through the feet all the way out to the outer blade, outer edge of that back foot. I'm just going to turn to the side. Good. Let's inhale, bring that back arm around to the front. Exhale, draw it open. Arjuna's bow. Inhale, come forward with the hand. Exhale, open. Now let's follow the hand around with the gaze. Follow the thumb. Inhale, open. Exhale. Couple more times. Nice equal breath. Good. Next time we inhale, hands together. Exhale, opening. and lift through the right fingertips. Inhale, exhale, sink. Draw those fingertips up and almost back towards a corner behind you where the wall and the ceiling meet. And really breathe into those right ribs, those right side ribs. Allow the breath to fill up all the way into the armpit. We have lungs up much higher than we realize. So for any of us who tend to take shallow breaths, and you're looking to take a deeper breath, you can always open up your arms to the side to really get in to those upper lungs. Good. One more breath. Exhale. Let's windmill the hands down to the mat, stepping back. Down dog or child's pose, and go ahead and rest here, or you can flow if you're looking for more energy through the half series. So that's plank, push up, baby cobra or up dog, and then back to either child's pose or downward dog. So you can move through one or a few cycles of that if you wish. I'm just checking in where everybody's at. Nicely done, everyone. Good. Wherever you are, let's meet back in downward dog. Good. Let's lift that right foot up into the sky. So we're in a three-legged dog. Maybe we bend the knee, opening up through the hip. And then once again, look between the hands. And then keeping that right knee close to the chest as it comes through, we'll swing the right foot to replace that right thumb, lifting up for warrior one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, turn out to warrior two. Good. Inhale, exhale, and let's straighten that right front leg. So we're not locking it. Like I have a bit of overextension in my joints just naturally. So we want to keep a micro bend so we're not locking out the knee. And then we're going to reach coming forward towards the hypothetical knee, the front of class, as far forward as we can. And then we can exhale, bringing that right hand to rest. Show you three options, either thigh, shin, or grab your block or your book. You can rest that in the to the inside of the foot. Whatever option you're choosing here, lifting through the left fingertips, rolling that shoulder back behind you, feeling this as a chest opener. Maybe turning the gaze to look up at the top fingertips, or if balance isn't feeling too steady, we're going to look down at the foot. If you're using a book or a block, experiment with between pressing into the block and using like a feather touch. That would require a lot more core, so just experiment there. Good, one more breath. Exhale. Let's bring the hands, bring the left hand back down to the mat, stepping back, downward dog. Rest here in down dog or child's pose. Good. Meeting back in downward dog. Let's kick that left foot up to the air. Good, so reaching out, stretching through the toes, and then maybe bending the knee, opening up through the hips. Nice. And then once again, we're going to bring the left foot up to the left hand. So really try and keep that left knee as close to the body as you can so that we can get a bit more lift. Then swing the left foot through. Warrior one. Good. Just switching sides so you can see me. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Widen the stance as you need to. Check in with the feet here. The heels want to be a little bit more aligned in this pose. Good. Check in that your torso and your body is in a center line, right? It's that center energy. Good. Let's straighten that left leg, micro bend in the knee. Come forward towards me, reaching out long. And then exhale, let that hand drop wherever it may fall. Once again, you can bring your block or your book in. You can be higher up on the leg if you prefer. You may even experiment with using more core strength and opening the palm up to the inside and using the core to keep you lifted, lifting up through the right fingertips. This is triangle pose. One more breath. Good. And let's bring the hands back down to the mat. Stepping back, down dog or child's pose. And go ahead and rest here or take your final flow option. That was the plank, push up, up dog, or baby cobra, back to down dog. Beautiful. Wherever you are, let's come to me in child's pose for a moment. So dropping the knees and pressing back, the hips back towards the heels. Let's take any. I often find that child's pose, we have a certain idea of what child's pose looks like. And I have always found that never really felt good for my body. So I encourage you to take whatever sort of variation feels good for you. Maybe you prefer to be up on the forearms, head up. Maybe you want to bring the knees out wide. Maybe you want to bring the knees together. Maybe the arms are ahead, maybe they're behind. All right, so go ahead and just choose your option. Good. From here, we will move into some forearm. I wasn't kidding when I said we will have the option for a forearm balance today. Just as an option. I'll give you lots of them, but we're going to do a little bit of prep for that. So let's go ahead and bring the hands together. We're in our child's pose, and we're going to bring the hands together and interlace the fingers, tucking in that baby finger, that sort of rogue baby finger. So we're not resting too hard on that. So pressing really firmly into those fists and also into the forearms all the way up to the elbow. We're going to just move into a down dog pose. So tucking the toes and lifting the hips, we move into our dolphin pose. So you can already start to feel the shoulders and the arms working here. Let's just go ahead and walk the dog a little bit, maybe roll the neck around, just sort of gently looking side to side, checking out the whole space. Good. And then we'll inhale, we'll come forward to a forearm plank. Probably have to bring the toes back a little farther behind us. We're coming forward though in our forearm plank. Maybe the knees are down if you feel more comfortable with that, no problem. But we're going to move back and forth between forearm plank and the dolphin. So let's push back to our dolphin pose. Inhale, come forward to that plank. Good. A couple more times like that. Inhale back. Exhale, come forward. One more time. Inhale back. And come forward. Good. Maybe rest in child's pose just to take a little break. Good. Let's come back into that dolphin pose. So bringing the hands back together. Tuck that baby finger. Lift the hips. And then maybe we can walk the feet in an inch or 2 or 3. So we can just get that sense of our head coming a little bit further ahead in towards the hands, and we're coming up more on the forearms. Maybe we can even come up on the toes a little bit, or maybe we can lift the right foot. Lower that down, lift the left foot. So we already get a sense of what the inversion feels like here. Bring the knees back down. Okay. I'm only going to suggest that you try a full forearm balance if you have experience doing it already, but I will show you what it looks like if you would like to try. The biggest thing I want to encourage you to do is keep that firmness in the forearms, okay? And also, please do this against the wall. Maybe I didn't mention the most important thing. So I'll show you the booty view, okay? We're coming up against the wall, right up close to it. And actually, let me show you like this, if that helps at all. Okay, so we're coming up right up against the wall. This is just one option, okay? If you want to take the forearm balance, you come up into your dolphin shape, bring your feet together, and then we're kicking up. Try it a few times. I'm not a pro. You can use the wall though. You can maybe bicycle out, zip up through that diamond belly, okay? That looks harder than it is, I think. It's actually probably the easier of the inversions, I think. Thank you. Here's your second option. You can do, let's see if you can see this. An L, I can't remember the name of this. Maybe Liz can say it. I don't know. Maybe Mackenzie knows. It's like a feet on the wall, okay? So your feet come up on the wall and your arms are in that same shape, okay? That's another option. If you would not like to go into an inversion, and if you're pregnant, you might want to do this. Either legs up the wall. So we come up to the side of the wall. We throw the legs up. And you can hang out like this. This is really just the upside down version of what we just did. Or you can even bend the knees. So you're still inverted like this, you see? And even more so if you bring a blanket or a towel beneath the hips, all right? So you guys go ahead and choose the option you want. If you only have a couch there, you can also lay against the couch, putting your legs over the couch, okay? As I see you guys, Allison and Spencer have. And I'm coming to watch you. Just take whatever option you like. And if all of those feel like this is way too much for me, just take the legs up the wall option. It is delightful. Good. I wish I could see everybody, but good. Emily's really enjoying the inversions. They feel very scary, I think, at first, and then they turn out to be quite lovely. So wherever you're doing, if you're doing inversions at all, keep those elbows drawing together. Good, thank you, Em, show me. Keep your elbows drawing close together. Oh, nice. The head's gonna rest sort of in the hand, so it's not resting right on the floor. Good work. Emma's got the balance going. Very nice. What? Okay, Spencer has just taken the balance challenge award. Well done, guys. Good job. Good work. I saw you up there. Liz, I see your toesies and your gorgeous legs up the wall pose, which I think we can agree is also delightful. And if you're not already there or you're still in your balance, come on down and just everybody let's rest in either a legs up the wall, or if you don't have a wall that you're working with, just lay down on your mat with your knees bent. So wherever you were, move to either legs up the wall or bring your feet to the mat and just rock your knees back and forth. Well done, everybody. Wherever you were, whatever you happened to do, there was a benefit for all poses. Good. So we may be laying down, and I want to bring us back actually up to seated just for a moment. So let's all meet back in seated. Well done, everybody. Very proud of you. All right. As we move into our half Lord of the Fishes, or our seated twist. So let's extend the left leg out long in front of us. The right leg crosses over. Move that flesh out to the side. I'm going to turn my camera off as it doesn't really help us right now. So move that flesh out to the side so that you're nice and tall. Maybe hug that knee a little bit closer to the chest. Get a nice long spine. And then exhale, wrapping the left arm around the right knee. Turn to the right. And bring that right hand behind us. Fingertips or hand on the floor. Lifting tall. Have that twist come right from the waistline rather than the upper spine. Just rest here. Take a few cleansing breaths. Just begin to notice sort of what happens when we change our perspective, quite literally turning upside down. And as we move through these potentially uncertain times, how can we create rituals in our lives that will help to change our perspective and give us that sense of safety? Good. Inhale and exhale to unwind. And let's bring that right knee out to the side. Right foot comes to the inner thigh on the left leg. Inhale, tall through the crown, maybe lifting through the arms. Exhale, forward fold over that long left leg. Just pausing wherever you find that edge, that natural edge. We're not forcing, we're not pulling. Just let gravity do the work here. Just let the gaze drop as you begin to go inside. Nice sinking breaths here. Long exhalations. Checking in with the facial muscles. Release the teeth. Release the cheeks. Good. Now let's release from this pose by just walking the hands back in towards your body. Gently lifting the gaze. Release that right foot. Maybe windshield wiper a little bit side to side. And then extending that right leg out long, we'll cross the left foot over. Inhaling tall. Hug that knee in towards the chest, nice and tall. And as we exhale, turning to the left, drawing that left hand out long behind us. Keep that sense of, I don't want to say pride, but I want to say proudness, that proudness to your chest, to your gaze. And feel the way that the twist physically wrings us out. Just letting any of that excess, maybe any excess negative energy or emotions that may still be lingering, and just exhale them all out. Maybe into the earth, maybe into space. See if in this pose you can make it harder by bringing the corners of your mouth up, back out towards your ears into a little smile. One more breath in here. And come back to center, dropping that left leg, that left knee out to the side. Foot's coming to rest along the thigh of our right leg. Inhale nice and tall. Arms come up and exhale nice and long. Once again, just stopping wherever your body says stop. Wherever your body says stop, that's where we want to go. Just let the exhalations do the work with gravity. Release the head and neck. Inhale, exhale, sink. One more nice big breath here. Just checking on our time. Good. Inhale, walking the hands back in towards center. And let's release the feet. Maybe just windshield wipering again, side to side. Good. Holding on to one knee here, maybe right knee. We can roll all the way back safely down to the mat. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees drop open to the side. So we're in supine butterfly. If this feels like it's too much, you can bring some of your pillows or your books beneath the knees for a little bit of extra support. And maybe just bringing the arms out alongside you. Maybe this is the moment that you bring the arms out like a T or even up in cactus shape above your head to really allow for those full, deep inhalations. Let's take one more breath here. Supine butterfly. Starting to move our body a little bit just to bring the knees back together. And from here, we will move into final relaxation, Shavasana. And so I'm going to give you an option here to finally use some of the prompts that I asked you last minute to bring in. So you can rest in a traditional Shavasana. That's first option. Okay, so just on your back. Or if you'd like to try mountain Brook pose, you will need one towel right behind your chest. Okay, so not too high. One right behind your chest. One towel. Where did my actual towel go to show you? So one towel, we will take it kind of half folded here and roll up just enough that we can put this rolled up part underneath the neck. And I'm just gonna actually start the video to show you here. So we'll roll the towel like this. So the roll can go beneath the neck and then the long part of the towel can go behind the head. Okay, just like this. And then we can take a bolster, or I said 2 pillows just to give you a little bit more height behind the knee. Okay, so we've got towel behind our chest. We've got a rolled up towel there supporting the neck and head. That doesn't work. What doesn't work? Oh, the camera? Oh, okay. My camera doesn't work? Okay. That's because you probably pinned my other one. That's fine. Let me show you like this. So we have a towel here, okay, on the chest. We have a rolled up towel, partially rolled up towel here to support the neck and the head. And then I have a bolster, or you can put 2 pillows behind the knees. If you have a little washcloth or an eye pillow, you can put that over the eyes. If you have an extra blankie, you can put it over your whole body. Just find yourself in a beautiful, comfortable position. Lay back and just notice, if you're trying Mountain Brook, just notice sort of that rippling effect of the pose. Maybe at the very least, we just try putting pillows beneath the knees, even if the other stuff was a little too complicated for today. Maybe turn out the lights. Get really comfortable. Sometimes the challenge of being able to rest in Shavasana is the absence of those elements that we need, of the quiet, the dark, the warm. So really try and make your Shavasana as quiet, dark, and warm as possible. Thanks, Emily. See you. Good. And once you're there, once you have found your comfortable space, just going to read a little bit of a body scan for you. Just breathe normally. Let go of all the parts of your body that you use to speak. Beginning with the muscles behind your ears, down through the jaw, and all the way to your chin. Allow your lips to part slightly. Let your tongue rest easily in your mouth. And let your cheeks feel as though they're hollow and hanging from your cheekbones. Swallow to relax any tension in your throat. Give up any unspoken words. As you continue to breathe and feel the support of any props you're using, gently bring your attention to your heart. Receive whatever feelings arise from your heart. Sometimes one can feel feelings of sadness in this pose, but other times we just feel absolute feelings of peace. So whatever arises, you can just set an intention to remain present. Now moving into the belly, a friendlier name for the abdomen. With each exhalation, allow your belly to drop down toward your spine. Imagine that your belly and your body is softening and spreading. As you continue to relax, you'll feel more spacious and loose. Breathe normally, enjoying the freedom that you feel in your throat, heart, and belly. And just rest for a few more moments in Shavasana. Just allowing your attention to return to the space. Deepening your breath again. Maybe bringing some movement back into your fingers and toes. Doing any final movements that your body needs, and maybe just drawing knees to chest or stretching out long. When you're ready, just rolling over to your side for a moment, or if you're already seated, just sitting up with your eyes closed. And we'll just pause wherever we are just for one final moment of gratitude before we continue on with our day. A moment of gratitude for each other and this opportunity to practice together, and also gratitude to yourself for showing up today. Bringing our hands to our chest. If we're not already in a seated position, coming up to a seated position, bringing hands to our chest, to our hearts. And let's bow to each other and bow to ourselves. Inhaling our hands all the way up, palms touch. Exhaling, hands to our heart once more. The light in me honors the light in each of you, which is divine. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It has been an honor, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.